Hello everyone and welcome to the Carolina Mountains 200. Today, sadly, I am alone since Luke apparently didn't show up yet, but if he shows up or not, I don't know, we will still have a lot of fun. Regarding yesterday, I think my microphone should be already fixed, so even if I scream or something, the volume should stay the same. If at some point it's too loud or it is too low, just let me know and I can adjust it. But yeah, besides that, here we are finally. It's about 10 minutes until the event starts. We have a few drivers around. Not that many actually. I guess they will show up in the last minutes. Maybe they thought you blew my eardrums out. You're good to just turn. Okay. So it is too loud. Like the microphone is too loud. Should I lower it a little bit? Just let me know if the volume is alright or if it's too loud. Okay. Okay. Let me adjust this. How about now? Better now? Okay, this volume should be fine enough. Not too loud, not too low. Goodies, thank you. Yeah, I was doing some adjustments. Perfect. I was doing some adjustments after yesterday. Yeah, I found what was the issue. It is too low now. Too quiet. My god. Okay, let me try this. Okay, now it's a bit louder. Is this volume alright? Or is it too loud now? Or is it good enough? I mean, it's good to know because I will not touch this parameter again once it's established for this stream, because it should be the very same for all the rest of the streamings. But if you tell me now that it is good enough, then that's alright. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying, 8 minutes until the event starts. Perfect. Goodies. Thank you. Yeah, as Candy mentioned at the start of the stream, the track gets its name from a mountain and community in western North California, and I guess she means the Chioa name more than the Carolina Mountains, or is it actually Carolina Mountains? Because I was pretty sure that it should be Chioa, I guess is the name of the community, right? So yeah, 7 minutes to go. We had yesterday the first part of the event, or better said the second, because I guess the event from Friday here at Slarka kinda counts, because the winner from that event also qualified for this race. But we had yesterday in non-live stream the other part of the event, which were 4 races, where the 4 winners would get guaranteed a position in today's race. How? So today we'll have 2 laps qualifying for all the attendants, but the grid is limited to, in theory, to 20 people. If less people show up, then no one is gonna have any issue. If more people show up, then the very last out of the top 20 might not qualify to participate in the event. But if yesterday you took part in the races and you won any of the 4 races, today you would have, even if you don't qualify in the top 20, you have a guaranteed position starting from the back of the grid. So winning yesterday, we assume, or we understand, that most likely everyone who won yesterday are fast enough for today to qualify normally within the first 20 positions. But if for any reason you arrive late or you have a bad quali or something, that is a card you can use to still participate. The fact that You won yesterday, so you have guaranteed your participation today. Yesterday we had 4 winners, who were 5 winners actually, who were Biller, Ivan, Marie, and in the last race both shared between Luke and Tunga. So in the end there were a maximum of 5 reserve spots, and all the 5 spots got taken yesterday with the results of the races. Especially interesting that last one, where both Luke and Tunga finished at the very same second. So yeah, let's see how it goes today. I wonder if Luke will show up or not. Otherwise I will be alone, but that should be good enough. I'm not fast enough, I'm gonna get disqualified. I don't think so, Cory. I mean, you didn't win yesterday in the end, but you were in the leading group all the time, so I assume that you will have Trophy, not Tunga. Oh, sorry. It was Trophy. I assume, Cory, that oi, what happened there? You were yesterday fast enough to stay in the leading group, so I count on you to qualify in the first 20. I could be very disappointed if not. We see already some of the drivers warming up, including Angel, that is one of the newest drivers on the track. For now, it's known that she will take part in GT Super Endurance next season, next to Cory for Stuart Motorsport. And from what we saw yesterday, that she got a podium, looks like what a promising talent. So let's see what she can prove today in this 50-minute long race. From what I understood yesterday from Luke, that the race should last around 50 minutes in theory. This time, of course, since the race is long enough, long enough, there will be pit stops. In yesterday's races we didn't have any because the short races were too short, 20 laps each, and pit stops were not necessary. But today the strategies will actually be possible thanks to this fact. I might sign up for this series, so you have 2 minutes to show up before the meeting starts, or maybe a few minutes later can also Candy open the sim for you to join. It is expect about 5 stints of around 40 laps each. So 5 stints is expected. Alrighty. That means 4 stops. The tuning, remember, no, tuning was with the Cap 90s. Here, I don't remember. I think these cars don't have tuning, right? In that case, there's not tuning that applies in here. Yeah, it was with the Cap 90s mentality. $200. That's what the Carbon 500 lasts as well. So if you manage to participate in that race, you will also be able to participate in this one. I don't have the car yet, but will enter its Fiona Payne by the way. I mean, the car you can actually pick it here right away. You don't even need a livery to participate. So it is entirely up to you. Only thing you could need is to qualify in the first 20 positions. Here it is Strong, showing up for the event. Glad to see him always. So it is now 11. Candy has already closed the gate, so the meeting is about to start. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars on track plus a few drivers here. So it doesn't look like we're gonna reach the 20 people, but that's even better because that means everyone will be able to participate if they qualify. We have Rao, one of the biggest promises in FBA nowadays, supporting Spain today for the World Cup. Alright, we are gonna meet now. Let's see what Candy has to tell us. I like this kind of races when they are long enough. Very intense. Lot of stuff to see. I just hope no one abandons. Because yeah, especially if you have some challenging situations, sometimes you feel like doing so. It has happened to me as well, but in this kind of races it's actually not that hard to come back if your loss is not that big. So I encourage people to, if they find any unfortunate situation on track, to not give up, to keep going and wait, because you never know if your chance to recover may show up or not. And Candy starts talking. Thank you everyone for coming and welcome to the Carolina Mountains 200. Alrighty. 200 laps today. This will be a long race with multiple pit stops. I forgot to pick water, but it's fine. Gonna be alright. As such, I would encourage you to exercise patience with both yourself and your fellow drivers, Candy says. We have Evely, that she forgot yesterday to show up, Tron, Ivan, one of the winners from yesterday. We have Cory, Rao, I don't know if he will stay for the whole event since there's the World Cup later. Zenitho is also joining today. Angel, Tunga. We see here Biller, the true Pepsi Man. And as spectators, Mil, Kali, Lisa, Anthony, Emmy, and myself. The racing line here is unconventional. You may have drivers both on your inside and outside, so be mindful of them. I would encourage you to have your sound up so that you can hear the cars around you, and if necessary, adjust your camera so you can better see the cars around you. Quite important, actually. I know there's some people who tend to drive with music or with the sound muted or this kind of stuff. It's actually quite important, in my opinion, based on my experience, to have the volume of the game turned on up enough for you to hear what's happening around, and using headsets if possible, because in the moment you cannot see a car, hearing the car is the next the immediate way you have to identify the car being there and avoiding a potential collision that could be perfectly avoidable. That plus having a proper camera, that there's some people that also don't race with the best camera possible, but yeah, both camera and hearing what's going on are quite important elements, not just for this but for pretty much any racing, at least racing where you have other cars around you. Of course, if it's a time trial you don't need that, but these kind of events in ovals or also the road courses from FVA, I can highly encourage setting a proper camera view and having the volume on. Make sure you have the 2.6.1 version of the car. It's been a while since it's been updated, but best to double check. That's correct. I guess by now everyone should have this one, but if it was not the case, make sure that you are using the 2.6.1 version. It's the most updated one and the one expected to be used today. Maria Granto has also joined. I remember her from the last Carmoner 500. Qualifying will consist of an outlap and 2 timed laps. You will line up between the tracks and the garage area, and I will send you one by one out onto the track. Once you have completed qualifying, come back into the pits regularly. Do not do a U-turn and come backwards down the pit entrance. Yeah. Of course, if you complete your lap, you have to get into the pit lanes through this direction and not doing this, which is joining backwards. I guess it's not that common in ovals because by the time you reach this point of the track it's more comfortable to just follow the line and enter this way, but it is true that in road courses people tend to do that quite a lot, and it's not really the ideal way to do so. But yeah, I'm pretty certain no one is gonna do it that today. Are there any questions before we get started? This is the last chance. It's your last chance, Luke, to join and participate. I don't see you around. Valk is also here. But yeah, it seems like we're gonna start with the qualifying in a few moments. What is Evely doing to Tron? Fixing his neck? A massage? No questions, so here we go. We're gonna start with the qualifying. We have the... okay, let me check something quickly. Let me see if I have the gate time, the thing for the gate. Not here, not here, not here. Fate, no, gate. Gate. Open gate, no, not this one. Okay, I forgot about what was the name of the gate timetable, maybe. I forgot what was the name of the timing board. Yes. Timing board. I think it's this one. No, not this one. Okay, no, doesn't matter. I don't remember how was the name of the item, so I'm gonna be calling the times basically and the positions. Rao asking, where's Luke? I don't know, I guess he fell asleep, but it's a shame because he won yesterday, so he had secured. I mean, it makes sense for this situation that he won because he can just not to qualify, show up anyways, and just participate, right? So maybe he took it that way. He said, okay, I just want to sleep. So he is just sleeping and he will show up right before the race with the card of the, hey, I won yesterday, I can participate today no matter what. So we'll see. At least he has that card. It is the same for who else won yesterday? Tropy. Tropy is not here yet, but may show up later. Here are the cards. I'm gonna ask Emmy actually. Do you remember? Gonna ask her about the timing board to attach, because that way I can actually show you how the times go and stuff. That's gonna be way more enjoyable for spectators if they have the information here on the right. Candy says, feel free to use both lanes if you haven't used these gates before. When you pull up into it, click on it to indicate that you are ready. Alright, let me check this then. Timing. Here it is. Yes. Good. Okay. So here we have it. Channel. What channel was it? I think I cannot change the channel, but it is alright. Here we have Corey Ikershaw starting first. He's gonna complete his first lap. And now he's going for the second. So his time is a 14.109. Okay, the gate is not really... here I have to update this. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna count now, but anyways. It is Ivan's turn now. Ivan is one of the winners from yesterday. Yeah, I have the time now. He's second for now with a 14.5. He needs to do a 14.1 or below in order to reach Cory's position. 14.4. He is now P2. Cory for now is leading. It is now Rau's turn. So the first lap from Rau is about to happen. It is 14.4. He is now P2. And let's see what he can do in this second attempt. Yeah, that's a P1. P1 for Rau. That means Cory is now P2 and Ivan is P3. This HUD is fucked up, but yeah, it is P1 for Rau, P2 for Cory, and P3 for Ivan at the moment. Now it is Emmy Blueberry turn. She prefers to use the line more closer to the apex. Ooh, that collision to the wall is gonna slow her down a little bit. Let's see if it is enough for a good time. It's gonna be 14.642. For now, P4 for Emmy. Next is Maria Granto. Maria Granto didn't show up yesterday for the short races, so we have no clue what to expect, since we don't have any reference from yesterday. So it is 14.7 in her first attempt, and let's see now in the second one. .5. That's a P4 for Maria Granto and P5 for Emmy. P3 is Ivan, P2 is Cory, and P1 is Rau. That's at the moment. It is Zenitho, who's back to the races after a few weeks without internet. Let's see if he is ready to compete it again at the maximum level. This is his first attempt now. Close to the wall, but not enough to collide. Bit wide there, I believe. Ooh. Okay, he is already P3. That's good news for him. Okay, let's see what he can do in this second attempt. It is P3 with a 14.308. It is P2 for Cory, P3 for Zenitho. This HUD is completely messed up. I guess it will work better in the race, don't worry. But for now it's a bit, yeah. P1 is Rau at the moment, P2 is Cory Ikershow, P3 is Zenitho, P4 is Ivan, P5 is Maria Granto, and P6 is Emmy Blueberry. Next one is gonna be apparently Biller Longfall, but we are having some issue that Candy is making us wait. Okay, Luke Carmona shows up for the event late, but he does. He just joined the region. So he will not have to use the winner's card from yesterday. But definitely not good news for those who want to take the pole, because we know that Luke is an actual menace for the pole position in this kind of races. Biller Longfall is the next one to go with the number 4. This is his first attempt at the moment. Uh, 14.5. I think that is P4, if I'm not wrong. No, it is P5. Yes. P3, 14.2. Quite a good quali for Biller Longfall, one of the winners from yesterday, and also the winner from Friday. So we can count on a very good race, good performance from him today. Angel is going now. This is the first attempt. P7 for now, 14.59. And looks like a good one. Let's see. P3! P3 for Angel, that just takes over Biller Longfall. That is Raw P1, Corey Ikershaw P2, and Angel P3. Corey and Angel are at the moment completing the podium of the starting race. Very nice quali from Angel. Now it is Strong Udal turn. P7 for now, 14.448. P7 is gonna be for Tron with a 14.4. It is now gonna be Tunga's turn. Okay, let me close this so you can also read the chat, because yeah, I always forget about this. That you are not reading the chat. Okay, it's Tunga's turn now. This is their first attempt at the moment. P10 for now for Tunga, but it's not a good reference. Ooh, that was close to the wall. Let's see if that correction doesn't take that much time. Yeah, 14.7 P10 for Tunga. And last but not least, Luke Carmona, who arrived late, doing a little tribute to Nikuri. He is starting now the last qualifying of the day. Not a good start for Luke there. We yesterday remember that he really loves touching walls, and looks like he is in the mood today as well. So first attempt, this is a P8 with a 14.479, and let's see the second and last attempt what he can do. P3 for Luke Carmona. and that means P1 will be Rao Hakuro, pole position for Rao Hakuro, P2 for Cory Ikershaw, and P3 for Luke Carmona, followed them by Angel. And since this HUD is completely messed up, I don't know the rest of the positions. I guess now the gate will close and we will be able to see. I know it's Candy as well, of course. It's Candy still pending, who's for now P9 with a 14.459, and in her second attempt P6 14.2. Actually there's like a 0.2 gap between the first 7 positions or so, right? Very close results overall, but yeah, those close results make a huge difference in the standings. Now we should get the final results. These results here are not accurate because whatever, the gate doesn't work very fine when we are doing 1 or 2 lap qualifyings only, but for the race it will work perfectly alright. So we have 12 participants in the end. Let's see if we can get the updated results from the quali. There it is. It is gonna be P1 for Rao Hakuro, P2 for Cory Ikershaw, P3 for Luke Carmona, P8, P4 Angel, P5 Bieler, P6 Candy, P7 Zenitho, P8 Ivan, P9 Tron, P10 Maria, P11 Emmy, and P12 Tunga.
Although actually it's going to be only 11 people, and Cory has pulled because Rao says that he would rather, or is opting to watch the race instead. Or sorry,
Why?
to watch the World Cup.
So Rao is not taking part in the end.
So he says in local chat.
Shame on you, Rao, how can you do this? So the pole man is not taking part in the race. This is absolutely shameful, an absolute scandal. In the meantime, welcome, of course, Luke Carmona to the live stream. What happened to you? You were a bit late today.
I was having such an awful time trying to get to sleep last night. And in my quest to try and find even the slightest bit of shut-eye, I didn't even think to set an alarm just in case I were to oversleep.
Yeah, you were kinda lucky, I guess.
Yes. I'm not gonna miss this thing, even if I am a bit late, so thank you very much to Candy for allowing me in at the last second, effectively.
All goodies. We have Rao saying, you know the reason why he's not racing. I'm very excited for the game. Of course, we are all very excited about the game.
I mean, I'm sure there would be like like commentator radio or whatnot of the event of the match if someone wanted to race but listen in on at the same time. But I'm considering that Rao, like you, is a Spaniard, and their team. When's the last time Spain have ever won the World Cup? I don't follow World Cup.
16 years ago, 2010, in South Africa. It was the first and only time we won the World Cup.
So yeah, pretty special occasion in any case.
Yeah, today might be the second time, or if Argentina wins, it will be the fourth time for Argentina that they become world champions.
And their match starts in 30 minutes. So I mean,
yes.
And the games last 90 minutes. I mean,
yeah, I mean the start.
A lot of game left after
the start. We are gonna miss it for sure, but maybe by the time the first hydration break happens, we have finished. We will see. Yeah, it is the big event. It's a for Americans, I guess it's not a big deal because I know soccer is like top 5 priorities in terms of sports, but in both in Argentina and in Spain is by far the biggest sport, and for us is like the most is one of the most important events a Spaniard could ever live in their lives. So people are very excited. We are all pending on this match because will be very important. Whoever wins for that country is gonna be very important for their society. Just hoping that it is Spain they want to win. Nothing. Of course I'm glad it is against Argentina. I prefer that the final is against Argentina than England or France, because in the end I consider Latin America brothers of mine and I will prefer to face them. But yeah, of course I will always prefer Spain to win overall. So drivers are getting ready already for the race.
The official starting grid, and we're all heading out.
So the starting grid is gonna be the same quali results, but without Rao, because he is not racing, since he's gonna be pending on the final. Okay, Rao, I have a task for you. Have a mission for you. If during the live stream any team scores a goal, you have to put it in the chat, so I get to know what's going on. Will you be able to do that? I will join your Discord server and scream. Okay, that works. Works for me. Yeah, we're gonna make lose focus if that happens. So only one driver missing at the moment. The one in P. No, yeah, they were just rearranging themselves, I believe. Yeah, they are just rearranging themselves. Okay, I'm gonna take a little moment to go for water, and then I'm back. Alright, here we are. Rao says good luck to everyone. Yes, we wish good luck to every participant. Hope we have a good race and a good winner. No incidents, no things. All drivers look ready now, so I guess the race is about to start in very few moments. "30 seconds until the race starts." Now the HUD is gonna work normally, so you will be able to see the actual positions there. Two, 3, 4, 5, and here we go. Everyone starts, no one gets stuck. The race officially starts. I can highly recommend drivers to not be too greedy at the beginning. The race is too long and you really want to secure your chances, and that means being smart enough at the beginning to not mess up. For now it is Cory, the one leading the race, with Angel and Biller right behind in P2 and P3. Okay, they are quite alone right now. Let's see if the group behind doesn't lose the track. Ivan is now in P4, trying to keep the pace, trying to stay close to the leading group. That's gonna be quite important, because if he loses the draft, it might affect the rest of the group behind. But now, no, he is there. There's no draft lost. We can see all the drivers enough close to each other for all of them to have draft. Maybe the last ones are starting to struggle, but they are still in a good enough spot. Okay, for now everyone is playing smart. They don't mess that much with each other. They all want to reach the final part of the race with chances to win, and that means not messing it up at the very beginning. The race is too long. There's no need to be greedy at this moment. So just keep going. For now everyone looks like they still have drafts. They are not trying too many passing attempts. We see there like Wheeler and Cory are actually fighting for P1, but the rest of the drivers are not putting that much effort into it for now. Ivan is now passing Cory as well, while Zenitho is also in the fight at the moment. Okay, everything looks quite clean for now. We see one car that has lost the draft. That is Maria. Maria Gento is at the moment without draft, is the only driver out of the group. It's gonna be hard for her now to reach the group again, but let's see what she's capable of. In the
Two cars out of the draft, actually.
No, it's only one, because Amy is still close enough.
Well, look who we're coming up.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see Tunga. True. Okay, something had to happen to Tunga, because she was not that. I mean, you have to have an accident or something in order to be that behind. But yeah, it's two cars out of the draft.
Well, from what I've been seeing from a distance, when we were approaching her, she was running the very bottom of the track, and because Candy has these grooves named as apron 1 through 5, the lower you are, the slower or, well, less engine power you have. Which is why everybody's running up in the middle.
And for now, for most of the cars it is working, because we still have everyone in the fight. Even if you see these cars at the very end of the queue, while they have draft, they have chances for the race. They just need one couple moves in a couple laps and they can already get into the leading group. So it is a matter of staying like this for the longest possible and reach the very end of the race, the last laps, with possibilities to do the move and reach the final group. But in the meantime, we see a clear group of 4 cars that are slightly ahead of the rest. Are the ones from Biller, Cory, Candy and Zenitho. In P5 a bit behind, but still with Ravid is Ivan. But this group of 4 is at the moment the one clearly leading the race and trying to respect each other the most possible. No incident so far, that's good to see. Okay, I'm getting now the FPS drop, but it is okay, should be good enough. We see like how Zenitho and Cory gives cuddle to each other with their cars. Ooh, yeah. Okay, Looked like Ivan and Cory could have their cars stuck, but it was not the case in the end. They are in a good spot. So it is now a group of 3, Candy, Biller and Zenitho, the ones clearly leading, and the group behind is not far, they're still in draft distance, but they are a bit behind. Now they are approaching again. Now they are pretty close. And I think there might be a third car that has lost the draft. We'll see now in this turn. Not lost yet, I think, but Tron is struggling. Yeah, Tron has lost the draft already. Tron is struggling to keep the pace from the group, and he might be the third car to lose the draft and start to lose advantage, lose gap to the group. The rest of the people are all there, with Zenitho at the moment leading the race, followed by Cory. Zenitho and Cory that had very intense battles this last season, both in Proto Cup and GTSE, and now they are both fighting for the win today in this race. At the moment P1 and P2, but Ivan has something to say, because Ivan is now trying to take P3 over Zenitho, which seems he's gonna make it actually. Ooh. Okay, that collision was a bit harmful for Zenitho, but he's still in a good spot. Nothing to be concerned about. This is Cory and Ivan, the 2 cars leading now the race. We have seen several changes of leaders in this race. Ooh, what happened there with Luke and Cory?
Angel, actually.
Angel. True, Angel. But yeah.
He's out.
Yeah, many position changes, many different leading groups while the race happens. That's good to see. That's normal actually in this kind of races. But Cory now is pretty comfortable in the lead, and doesn't look like he wants to give it up. Is Biller right behind? He's approaching actually. Meanwhile, Ivan and Zenitho were wheel to wheel, but now Zenitho took the position over Ivan, who's now being challenged by Luke, and we have the first stop. Zenitho is doing the first stop of the race, way earlier than anyone else. Maybe he has some strategy in mind. The rest of the group stays together except for the 3 cars that lost the draft earlier. Here it is Tunga being lapped. Oh, I have the FPS drop again. Biller at the moment leading. And we have 3 cars joining the pit stops. Candy Tomorrow, Biller Longfall and Cory Ikershaw, the 3 of them joining the pit stops all together. We see that Candy gained a bit of an advantage with that entry. Let's see if she can take advantage of it now. And it is Angel also pitting. Maria Granto is pitting, and also Ivan. It is now also Luke's turn, and Emmy. I think most of the cars have pit already. Now is the turn for Tron. Tron has also pit. And now we have here the new group. It is Candy leading the group at the moment, but Let's see if Luke has something to say about... No, he has nothing to say yet. It is Candy still leading, followed by Zenitho and Wheeler Longfall. And Tron joins the group, but I think he's lapped. Or not. Let's see.
I believe
Tron.
so.
Yes, Tron is lapped already. So that fight is gonna be virtual. Meanwhile, it is now Candy, the one attempting to take the lead of the race against Zenitho and Wheeler, and close to them is also Ivan. The clear top four of the race for now at this point of the track of the race. Zenitho is at the moment comfortably leading. And there's another group of 3 cars, 2 cars I think, behind, attempting to keep the pace. Is Ivan now very close to the top 3. He has cut the gap. Zenithos is still leading, trying to keep the position. Now it is gonna be Wheeler. Wheeler takes the lead. Wheeler is now the new leader of the race. Candy and Ivan are both trying to take position over Zenitho, and they do, as well as Luke. Not the best lap for Zenitho, but he's still there, of course, in the fight. Right behind them is Cory, that is slightly behind. I think he's no longer in draft distance, but that might change at any moment. Now we have this clear pack of 5 leading the race. Candy tomorrow P1, Ivan P2, P3 Luke and Wheeler, and P5 Zenitho. Quite compact, and looks like for the second stint is gonna be the group to pay attention to. Even with this distance from now Zenitho and Wheeler have fallen a little bit. I don't know if they are still in good distance for draft, but I guess they collided a little bit, and that might be actually a problem, because if they don't reach quickly both Luke and Ivan's position, they might lose the draft. Okay, yeah, we have now Maria Gento in between, so that might help them actually with the draft. Let's see if it is enough. For now, the group of 3, Candy Tomorrow, Luke Carmona and Ivan Evans are leading, and yeah, Zenitho and Wheeler are back to the fight. They have recovered from that little falling positions, but they are now close to Ivan, and the group of 5 is together again, fighting for the race. Candy is for a while now comfortably leading. Looks like no one wants to risk it, fighting for it. It's gonna be Ivan now. Maybe he tries, but he has not. Ooh, Candy to the wall, as well as Zenitho, but they are still fine. The 5 of them are still in a good spot to keep fighting. Ivan leading now, followed by Wheeler Longfall, and P3 for Candy, that due to that little collision with Wheeler is gonna fall to the 5th position, and it's gonna be Luke now, the one in P3, and Zenitho, the one in P4. Maria Granto, in the meantime, that was a lapped car, is keeping the pace from this group, and that's gonna be actually quite important for her race, since that may help her reach the following car if the group of 5 manage to reach them. She's doing a good job now, Maria, with that strategy. Let's see if she can keep it up. Meantime, Biller now leading the race, followed by Luke Carmona and Ivan Evans in third. P4 and P5 are still for Cenizo and Candy. Let's see the rest of the positions. We see Maria Granto in P9, Cory in P6, P7 for Angel, P8 for Emmy. That's about to be reached by the leading group, by the way. P9 is for Maria Granto, P10 for Trongudal, P11 for Tunga. That are, in this case, already lapped once, at least. Biller stays in the lead, with Luke in P2 and Ivan in P3. We see that both Cenizo and Candy are slightly behind, but they are still in draft distance. So if they don't mess it up, they will still have chances to take the lead. I guess the next stop is not too far. I remember that the first stop was between laps 35 and 40, so we might start to see the first stops for the second stint, to start the third stint in this case. We see how the leaders are about to reach Emmy. And we are gonna see what happens with this stop, because in every stop there's always the chance of some car falling from the rest, or some car that was falling already to getting back into the fight. That depends on several factors. How good are you when doing the pit stop itself. You don't lose any time with the entry or the exit, and your tire strategy as well, if you stop earlier or if you stop later, might play a relevant factor. It is now Biller and Luke clearly ahead of the rest in P1 and P2. It seems like Ivan might have lost draft, but that might not last that much, because we have now the leaders fighting both Tunga and Emmy, and if they lose some time here, that might be the chance for Ivan, Candy and Cenizo to reach them again. But now it looks at this very moment like a fight between Biller Longfall and Luke Carmona. Okay, we see the first stops now. It is Angel. Angel does her stop as well as Cenizo with 0% tires, and Cory Ikershaw is also doing his stop. Maria Granto doing her stop as well, and another car entering. This is Biller. Biller Longfall is also doing his stop at the moment, followed by Candy Tomorrow. Only Luke and Ivan are the two missing from the leading group. There they are, Luke and Emmy, and Ivan as well. They are all now completing their second stop in the race. And let's see in what position they leave. I can see that's Candy, I believe. No, that is Angel. Okay, Luke is out and he is ahead of Biller, but Biller is right there, so they are still both together on track. Meanwhile, Candy, Ivan and Cenizo are out of their draft distance. So at the moment we have two contenders for the race, Luke Carbona and Biller Longfall. We'll see for how long, if the rest of the group manage to reach them. Otherwise, these two might be the ones fighting for the victory today. Two classic rivals from the oval racing community in Second Life. They were even rivals in GP1 back then, when they had both teams on track, teams that fought for the championship. Especially Season 1, I guess, is the biggest rivalry these two teams have, when Little Bear was racing for LC Racing and Eli Bennett competing for Longfall Racing in order to get the first championship of the category, which in this case was favorable for JC Little Bear from LCR. But that luck changed the following season, when Eli Bennett racing for Longfall won Season 2 season. It is Candy and Zenitho are pretty close actually now to both Luke and Biller. Only Tron is in between, but that's actually good for them, because they are gonna take advantage of Tron's draft in order to reach both Luke and Biller. Let's see if they are capable of. Yes, they are pretty close. I guess even if Tron was not there, they could be in draft distance. Look, touch a bit the wall. And yeah, now Candy passes Tron. Let's see if Candy has enough, is close enough for the draft. I think she is. Let me see. Yes, Candy is now in draft distance. So Candy should be able to reach the leading group at the moment. There is Angel in between, but here she is, Candy Tomorrow, about to reach the leading group. Candy Tomorrow is now officially part of the top 3 contenders for the race. Right behind is Zenitho, that has Tron in between, but Zenitho is actually not in draft distance of the leading group, so we will see if he manages to pass Tron and after that get into the draft from Candy. Ivan is right behind Zenitho. And while we watch this fight here, these two cars behind, both Amy and Angel, are actually in a fight for position here. Both Amy and Angel are fighting for position in this very spot of the race. Amy is with advantage right now because she has a bit of draft from the car ahead. So if she manages to keep this draft, might be enough for her for a good while of the race to stay ahead of Angel, who's trying very hard to reach her and get her position. Now a fight for P7 it is. The leading group stays the same for now. Biller ahead, P2 for Luke, P3 for Candy. Blech. It seems like both Zenitho and Ivan have passed Tron, but they are not in draft distance, so they might struggle now to reach the leading group. They need to avoid fighting as much as possible and focus on doing their best laps possible. We see now it is Ivan ahead of Zenitho, while both Emi and Tron are in the middle of the battle. Emi has done very well taking Ivan's draft, and she is now clearly ahead of Angel. Angel that has lost draft, and Candy, we see that she had some collision with the wall that pushes her to P3 again, still in draft distance, and Ivan is now in Candy's draft. Ivan has now Candy's draft thanks to that collision, and now Ivan is back to the fight. Ivan is now back to the contention for the race thanks to that accident, to little incident. He needs to do very well now in order to reach the leaders, but he has the draft to do it. And Zenitho is very close to Ivan, so if Ivan manages to reach the leaders, Zenitho might do so as well. Ooh, Candy, what happened to Candy? Candy has slowed down a lot there. Ooh, now, yes, Ivan is still in draft from Luke. What happened to Candy there? Candy lost a lot of speed. I guess she had some lag or something, but that was really harmful for her race. It is now Biller and Luke leading, but Ivan is really close to both of them. Let's see if Ivan can close the gap. Ivan is definitely trying his best at the moment. But he is really struggling now. He has lost draft for a moment. He's actually losing it in the straights, but closing it in the turns. He's in that very close border. Yeah, he seems closer now. He's coming back. And we should be also close to the next stops. About to be 120 laps. Remember, the cars are pitting every approximately 40 laps. Yeah, Ivan is there. It's not super close, but he's still in draft distance, while both Candy and Zenitho are way back and no longer in draft distance. Very unlucky for Candy. We have Cory pitting now, so I guess the first stops are about to happen. And yeah, Ivan is now in the fight. Candy to the pit stops as well. As well as Angel. Angel also enters the pit stops. And Ivan is back to the fight. Zenitho and Emi Blueberry and pit stops as well. It is now the three leaders, Luke Carmona, Biller Longfall and Ivan Evans, joining the pit stops. So Ivan in the end managed to reach the leading group. Let's see if he can keep the advantage leaving the pit stops. For now, it seems like they are the three of them pitting, because Angel has stopped. What happens with Angel? No! No way! Angel has left pit stops, but she was like stopped in the middle of the track, and when Tron tried to get into his speed, forced Angel to pit again. Angel has pit twice basically in the same lap. Very unfortunate. I don't know what happened to Angel there exactly, but that was very unlucky for her, whose fight against Emi is basically ruined now. Sadly, very sadly, now in the leading group is Luke Carmona, P1. Behind him it is Maria Granto, who's lapped, and right behind both Wheeler, Longfall and Ivan Evans. Rao, give me an update on the match. Okay, it seems like Wheeler is there already, pretty close to Luke, even with Maria in between. Ivan is also close enough, but not as close as the other. Let's see if the lap car doesn't harm them too much. So Rao, the match didn't start yet? Are they still with introductions? Now we see Ivan Evans managed to pass Maria and is now closing the gap to Wheeler Longfall, who's right behind Luke Carmona, the clear top 3 at the moment. Might be for the rest of the race. They have been ahead for quite a while now. Wheeler and Luke fighting for position. P4, by the way, is Candy, that's pretty along on the track right now. She's ahead enough of Zenitho, and Zenitho is also quite isolated ahead of Emi. Leading group passing Tunga at the moment with no major incidents, and they're about to reach Cory as well. We will see if Cory will try to keep the pace from the leaders in order to recover some advantage and maybe fight for the next position. Yeah, actually the next position for him would be P5, which is where Zenitho is at the moment. So Cory would need to stay close to the leaders and hope that the leaders reach Zenitho later in order to fight for position. The leaders are still Wheeler Longfall in P1 at the moment, P2 for Luke Carmona, P3 for Ivan Evans. Reaching now Cory. We see Candy in P4, Zenitho P5. Zenitho doesn't manage to close the gap to Candy. Are now both Wheeler and Luke passing Cory. Let's see if Ivan managed to do so as well. Cory is definitely a tough rival. Ooh, he goes to the wall and Ivan takes the inner in that turn. Cory is still fighting back. He doesn't want to give even the virtual position. But they are both close to the leaders, so they should be, for now, fine enough. They are reaching now both Angel and Tron. Angel and Tron that are fighting for position actually after the accident that happened in the pit lane. Okay, no major issues for Ivan to pass strong, and he stays in the fight for the race. Not much going on here in front. Let's see behind. We see that Zenith is actually closing the gap to Candy in the fight for P4. He is indeed in draft distance clearly. So P4 is also in dispute between Candy Tomorrow and Zenitho. For now, Candy has been leading this little duel for a while, but now that Zenith is close, he might attempt a pass, or maybe he is gonna reserve himself for the very end, since they don't have any clear rival around. Candy is comfortably ahead, no position changes for now. Let's see how the rest of the group goes. No changes here either. Biller is leading with Luke in P2 and Ivan in P3. All of them got rid of the lapped cars and they are alone again, but not for too long because Tunga is ahead. We saw how Luke touched the wall. The three of them passed comfortably Tunga, no major incidents here. They are definitely not fighting with each other too much. They know in the spot they have at the moment what matters the most is reaching the end of the race without any scare. And we are about to reach the last pit window. It is only 3 laps until the lap 160, so we assume we are gonna see the last pit stops in very few moments. If anything happens here, might be the chance for both Candy and Zenitho to reach them and join the fight for the lead. But that only could happen if they have a very bad pit stop for whatever reason. We see Cory joining the pit stop already, joining the pit lane. Rao, how's the match? It started already or not yet? Candy Tomorrow pitting as well. It is also Zenitho. Zenitho is the next one to pit. He's gonna have one more lap over Candy of fresh tires. Not that a big difference, but I guess that's his main weapon now for the rest of the race, for the last stint. Maria Grant is also pitting, as well as Biller. Biller Longfall is the first leader to pit. Tron is also pitting. Ivan is the second leader to pit. So Luke is gonna be the last one, and I guess his plan is to have the best tires for the rest of the race. Ooh, little collision there in the pit exit, but nothing major. It is also Angel pitting, and Luke that ran out of tires. I don't know what he was trying, but let's see.
I wasn't looking at my percentage.
Yeah, let's see if that's not too harmful for him, because if it was too slow there, might be that now both Ivan and Biller run away from him. He's for now.
Oh, it'll hurt a lot. I'll be behind. Like, I'll be way behind.
He's pit exiting
See, there they
pits.
go.
He's clearly behind now. He's gonna need to do quite a comeback because the fight is now between these two, Wheeler Longfall and Ivan Evans. The ultimate fight for the Carolina Mountains 200 victory. This is the last stint, no more stops, no more strategies. Pure racing for the next almost 30 laps now. Bit more than 30 laps. Lot of cars around that's gonna also play an important factor towards the end. Let's see if not in a bad way. But we can see here how Maria Granto, for example, is taking part in the fight. Ivan is at the moment leading the race. Followed by Maria, and behind her Wheeler in P2. There's a bit of a gap now between Wheeler and Ivan, but I think Wheeler will reach draft distance very soon. Let's see if Ivan doesn't lose too much time here with Corey. Yeah, Wheeler is close enough right now, just with Corey in between. With 25 laps to go, Wheeler will want to get rid of Corey the soonest possible because the race is close to an end and he doesn't want to have a car in between when he attempts the move for the win. He's patiently waiting for the moment, but he cannot wait too patiently since the race is not infinite. Okay, Wheeler tries the move, and he does. That collision between Ivan and Corey. Corey is in between, and now they are reversed. It's now Wheeler the one leading and Ivan the one behind Wheeler and Corey. So now Ivan must be the driver to try to get rid of Corey in order to fight for the win. That move from Wheeler was risky, but it was necessary in order to find the spot and try to take the win right now. Ivan Evans trying his best now. Let's see what he can do. If he can pass. Now it's even worse because there's gonna be two cars between Wheeler and Ivan, Corey and Zenitho, and these two in particular that had quite an intense some battles last season. Hope it doesn't affect these two too much. Okay, Ivan is gonna take his move. Not yet. He was close. It is 20 laps. Ivan has 20 laps to pass Corey and attempt the victory over Wheeler. They are about to reach Candy as well, by the way, who's in P4. That could be also a chance for Zenitho to fight for that position. Lot of things can happen in these last laps, in these last 15 laps. Ivan is still not able to pass Corey. Corey is still in between, and that's gonna make life really hard for Ivan if he wants to take the lead. He's gonna try now. He's gonna try, but he has not enough speed. Now he's trying, yes, he's trying, and he does. Ivan passes Corey. Now it's Ivan and Biller. Ivan and Biller in the last 13 laps. Almost 13 laps. The fight for the victory. Ivan tries the pass on Biller. Biller defends himself. Ooh, Ivan takes the inner, the very inner, and that's very slow, very slow for Ivan, that even Corey passes him. That move was not the best he could do. That was very harmful for him, but he is back. He's now taking again the position over Corey, and now it worked for Ivan. He's wheel to wheel with Biller. It is 10 laps, and we have the most intense battle right now. Ivan takes the lead. Ivan takes the lead. Yes! Yes, Ivan takes the lead at the moment. Corey is also fighting them. And Zenitho, ooh, no, Ivan to the wall. That's gonna slow him down quite a lot, and he has a big issue now because Zenitho and Corey are in between. Biller is also behind them. So actually, even if Corey and okay, if Biller passes both Corey and Zenitho, but these two are in between the two leaders, and Ivan cannot fight Biller yet. Ivan is gonna try the pass on Zenitho. He does. He is again in the he's now in the contention for the victory. Ivan right behind Biller. It is 6 laps to go. Ivan is really trying. Now I think Corey and Zenitho are now behind enough to not attempt more fights, and this is gonna be just Ivan and Biller. 5 laps to go. Biller leading, Ivan right behind. Ivan is gonna try to take the inner move. Ooh, he finds Tunga. That was not enough to pass them, but he still managed to take the lead. Ivan is at the moment leading the race, and Corey gets in between. Is now Biller behind Corey with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Ivan is leading, and Biller has a problem named Corey ahead. Corey passes on Ivan, and Biller passes on Corey as well. And also Ivan tries to pass back, but he is in the slow zone. He's in the slow area. They are wheel to wheel. Biller and Ivan wheel to wheel. Biller tries to take the inner, but Ivan defends himself. It is the last lap now. Ivan needs to defend. Biller takes the inner, very nice, and Biller is in the lead in the last turn. Ivan is not gonna make it. Ivan is not gonna make it. Or yes. He's gonna make it! He made it in the very last moment! Ivan wins the race! Wow, what an end! It was Biller ahead of Ivan in the last turn, and on the outside, Ivan, thanks to the fact that Biller was taking the inner and he was super in the slow area, Ivan could take the highest speed from the outside and pass Biller in the very last moment and take the victory. It is victory for Ivan Evans. Fast lap for Biller long fall, but victory for Ivan Evans. It is P2 for Biller, P3 for Luke Carbona, that due to that little incident in the with the tires, he couldn't reach a higher position in the end, followed by both Candy Tomorrow and Zenitho. P6 is for Corey Ikershaw, P7 for Amy Blueberry, P8 for Maria Granto, P9 for Tron Udall, P10 for Angel, that had also a quite unlucky situation in the pits with Tron, and Tunga in last position. What an end for the race. That was really amazing to see. Luke Carbona, how was the race for you?
Well, I was gaining very slowly, but obviously it wasn't quite enough. They would have had to have started fighting quite a few laps sooner for me to have had a chance to catch that pack at the end. But overall, I liked my race. It was fun. I'm happy with 3rd place. I completely was not paying any attention to my tire percentage right before that final stop, so that was completely on me. But I did see just barely from the distance Evan taking that outside line to secure the win. So congratulations to him. If I remember correctly, this victory lane is only for the winner. They do not have a second or third place podium.
Yeah, that was such a crazy end. It was really amazing how even when it looked like, because even when he was attacking the turn, he didn't even try a move to the inside. But Wheeler was so focused on defending that inside that he went into the slower zone, and that gave Ivan the chance to take the outer of the track and just by speed cross the line slightly ahead of Wheeler. Was a really amazing end for the race. There were some intense fights there. I would say between Ivan and Wheeler was a very respectful battle. Like no dirty moves, no anything. They really made amazing. The biggest factor there were the lap cars, of course. But even with them, at least the very end of the race was just between those two. So there were several laps that both Fenizo and Cody were in between and might feel like they could influence the result, but in the very end it was only Ivan and Wheeler. The race was decided just by Ivan and Wheeler, and in this case it fell on Ivan's side, who's the winner of the Carolina Mountains 200. Congratulations to Ivan and to his amazing race. Remember that Ivan, for quite a while, he was out of draft distance from the leading group, and he managed to come back, stay there, and in the end to win the race. Such an amazing performance from Ivan today.
Absolutely. It just shows how even over 200 laps, the race isn't over till it's over.
Definitely. He never gave up. He stayed fighting for it, and he made it in the end. Of course, congratulations as well to Wheeler, that in the very end he couldn't win, but he was in the fight there, right there, all the time, fighting, and I'd say that even Wheeler was more in the dominant position for that whole stint. Like Wheeler was the one leading the most time, making the most passes whenever it happened, and but in the end it was the Evans move, the one to be ahead. But yeah, congratulations to both of them for this amazing racing ending that they gave us. Here we have the trophy. Carolina Mountains 200 winner Ivan Evans. That was a great race, definitely. Did you have fun, Luke?
I did indeed.
Good.
I had to kind of play it by ear for the pit strategy. I was thinking after some during the race, I was counting the percentage as soon as we got to 50%, how far along we'd gotten, and I thought, maybe this could be a 4-stop race. Let's see, was it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, a 4-stop race. We're going to 50 laps and then 75 and then 100. But no, apparently that it drops off a lot quicker at the end, or at least I'm not sure. I felt like I could have gone a lot further, but something definitely pulled that depletion average down quite significantly toward the end. So we pitted more around lap 40 something, high 30s, low 40s. But yeah, I just kind of followed everyone at that point. Whenever they pit, I just go like a lap or two later. Except for that time, the reason why I went a lap longer in that final stint is because I wanted to try and have as much entry speed as I could. When you're behind someone, you lose a lot of that entry speed. And if you're even behind someone at all coming out of the pits, they have that little bit of advantage. So I wanted to try and at least negate that. But again, I wasn't paying attention to my percent.
Candy says, thank you all for coming. Hope you had as much fun either racing or spectating as I did. Definitely we had a lot of fun. It was a really amazing race. Thanks to Candy Tomorrow for hosting this event. And yeah, I guess I will not take too much more time here since the World Cup has already started and I need to go watch it. So thank you everyone for watching the live stream today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Congratulations of course to Ivan for his amazing victory, as well to Wheeler for his amazing ending, to Ivan and to Luke for the completing the podium. Also thank you to all participants. Congrats for your races. It was really good, really great to see. And whenever the next event is, we will be here to stream it if nothing else impedes us doing so. I guess the next one is the Tokyo 24 already, or we have something next week.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with anything happening in the kind of the European friendly hours next weekend, so I think it might be the 24.
So the 24 is gonna be the next event in 2 weeks. There we will be doing the 24-hour live stream. We will divide the stream in 3 parts. But yeah, you will have more information about it pretty soon. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you everyone for watching and see you next time.